I'm Dr. Cameron Webb from New South Wales Health Pathology and the University of Sydney. I spend most of my summers chasing mosquitoes around local wetlands, and what I'm trying to achieve is balancing the pest and public health risks associated with mosquitoes with the environmental health of the local wetlands. I'm trying to work out ways we can better conserve the local environment, but at the same time keeping Australians safe from mosquito-borne diseases. One of my favourite conservation issues, and something I feel quite passionate about, is the rehabilitation of our coastal wetlands. Salt marshes and mangrove environments are under threat because of sea level rise, a changing climate and urbanisation. But we have to be careful that by rehabilitating these wetlands, we're not creating an additional mosquito problem. We don't want to create a nuisance biting problem, a nuisance pest problem for local communities that live nearby these wetlands, and we don't want to increase the risks of mosquito-borne disease. If we do that, we can erode the goodwill amongst the community for wetland conservation, and we really need to bring the community along with us as we're rehabilitating these really important and fragile environments. A lot of my work is focusing on ways that we can build and rehabilitate these wetlands so that they retain their important ecological function, but the production of mosquitoes is minimised. Even though mosquitoes are an Australian native animal that is naturally found in these wetlands, we still want to try to minimise their populations so we reduce public health risks and also reduce the risks of mosquito-borne disease. For those people who are working to develop wetland rehabilitation projects or volunteering for groups that are assisting with wetland rehabilitation, it's important that you turn your mind to the mosquito issue. Not only is there a duty of care to ensure you're not enhancing conditions for local mosquitoes and increasing the public health risks for the local community, but if you keep mosquitoes in mind, you can rehabilitate the wetland and improve the environmental health of your local project, but not increase the risks to the people who live and want to come and visit your wetland. Don't forget, one of the important issues is if you're kind of creating a great wetland environment, you want to share that with the local community and have school groups and local communities come and being able to see some of these plants and animals and enjoy and engage with the local environment. And that's going to be really hard if they're being chased away by nuisance biting mosquitoes. And if we erode the goodwill in the community for conservation of wetlands, it's going to be so much harder to convince the local authorities to provide funding for wetland conservation. We need to keep everybody happy if we're going to rehabilitate our local wetlands successfully.